Have you ever found yourself holding back from fully trusting someone, even when they haven't done anything to hurt you? It's like a wall that you can't seem to tear down, no matter how hard you try. The fear of being hurt again can be paralyzing, leaving you stuck in a cycle of distrust. But what if this fear isn't permanent? What if there's a way to heal, rebuild trust, and open yourself up to deeper, more meaningful connections? In this video, we'll explore why you're scared to trust people, and more importantly, how you can heal from it. When it comes to trusting others, the fear can feel overwhelming. You might even find yourself doubting someone's intentions, even when there's no concrete reason to do so. So why is it that we have such a hard time trusting? At the heart of trust issues often lies fear. It's a fear that stems from past experiences, whether it's betrayal, abandonment, or simply being let down by someone close to you. These experiences leave a lasting imprint on your heart and mind. Each betrayal, whether big or small, builds a mental barrier that becomes harder and harder to break. One of the main reasons we struggle with trust is that we've learned to protect ourselves. When we've been hurt in the past, we instinctively try to shield ourselves from future pain. But the problem is, while these defenses can protect us from immediate hurt, they also prevent us from forming meaningful connections with others. Your trust issues could also be linked to childhood experience. If you grew up in an environment where trust was broken frequently, or if there was inconsistency in the people you relied on, it becomes difficult to learn how to trust properly as an adult. The messages you internalize as a child, whether they were spoken or unspoken, often stay with you into adulthood and shape how you interact with others. Even if you've had positive experiences with people, your subconscious mind can hold on to past pain, making it hard to let go of the fear of being hurt again. Over time, it becomes easier to retreat inward and stay emotionally distant to avoid vulnerability. In this part of the journey, it's crucial to recognize that trust issues are a defense mechanism. You are trying to protect yourself from getting hurt. But what's important to understand is that this defense mechanism, while well-intentioned, can also keep you isolated and prevent you from experiencing the love, support, and connection you deserve. Now that we know why trust is such a challenge, let's take a closer look at how your past experiences shape your ability to trust. If you've been betrayed, lied to, or abandoned in the past, it's normal for that pain to linger. But what happens when we allow those past wounds to control our present relationships? When someone breaks your trust, whether it's a romantic partner, a friend, or a family member, it feels like a betrayal on a deep level. This type of hurt often isn't just about the act itself, but about the emotional damage it leaves behind. You feel deceived, alone, and unworthy of honest love. Over time, these negative feelings can cloud your judgment, making it hard to see people for who they truly are. The impact of past betrayal also extends to your expectations of others. If you've been hurt before, you may start expecting others to hurt you as well. This is often called anticipatory betrayal, where you start assuming that people will break your trust before they even have the chance. This mindset can create self-fulfilling prophecy. When you expect the worst, you might unintentionally push others away or behave in ways that sabotage the relationship before it even has a chance to grow. Another factor that plays a role in shaping your trust issues is attachment style. Psychological research has shown that the way you were attached to your caregivers as a child can influence how you form relationships as an adult. People with anxious attachment styles may find themselves overly dependent on others for validation and become easily hurt when their trust is broken. On the other hand, those with avoidant attachment styles may struggle to trust others and keep their emotional distance to protect themselves from pain. Understanding how your past has shaped your ability to trust is the first step toward healing. By acknowledging the root causes, you can start to separate past experiences from present relationships. This will help you avoid projecting old wounds onto people who haven't done anything to hurt you. So, how do we begin healing and rebuilding trust? The first and most important step is to acknowledge the fear and pain you're holding on to. It's important to sit with those feelings, not to ignore them or push them away. The more you suppress those emotions, the more power they have over you, making it harder to move forward. Start by identifying the specific experiences or people that have contributed to your trust issues. Are there patterns you can recognize? For example, maybe you've always been hurt by people who are close to you, like family members or romantic partners. Or perhaps it's a series of small betrayals from different people that have left you feeling jaded and guarded. Recognizing these patterns helps you gain clarity and self-awareness, which is essential for breaking free from the cycle of distrust. Once you've recognized the source of your fears, take time to process them. This could mean having a difficult conversation with someone, journaling about your feelings, or seeking therapy to work through past trauma. Healing from trust issues is rarely something you can do alone, and seeking support is an essential part of the process. It's okay to ask for help from people who can provide guidance and a safe space for you to express express your emotions without fear of judgment. Another powerful step in healing is practicing self-compassion. Often when we have trust issues, we blame ourselves for not being able to let go of the past. But healing isn't about forcing yourself to forget. It's about being kind to yourself through the process. Recognize that your fear is valid, and healing takes time. Trust is a skill that must be rebuilt slowly, and setbacks are a natural part of the journey. Finally, start practicing vulnerability in small doses. Rebuilding trust begins with letting people in, even when it feels uncomfortable. This doesn't mean immediately throwing yourself into a deep, intimate relationship. Instead, start by being open in situations where you feel safe and supported. When you take small risks and allow yourself to be vulnerable, you'll gradually build your ability to trust again. Each small step forward reinforces the idea that trust is possible, and over time, you'll find it easier to open up without fear. Rebuilding trust is not an overnight process. It requires patience, consistency, and a willingness to believe that people can change and that you are worthy of trust. As you continue your healing journey, keep in mind that trust is a two-way street. You also need to prove to others that they can trust you, and this requires being honest, reliable, and open. Building trust involves small steps. It means showing up, being consistent in your actions, and demonstrating through your behavior that you are a person worthy of trust. This process may feel slow at first, but with time, it becomes natural and powerful. A key part of rebuilding trust is setting healthy boundaries. People who have trust issues often find themselves in relationships where their boundaries are violated, either intentionally or unintentionally. Establishing clear, firm boundaries helps to prevent future breaches of trust and allows you to feel safe in your relationships. Healthy boundaries provide you with a sense of control, reminding you that you have the power to protect your emotional well-being. It's also important to take things slowly. Trust isn't something you can rush, and it's okay to move at your own pace. With each positive experience, your trust in others will grow. Over time, you'll start to notice a shift in your thinking. Instead of focusing on the possibility of betrayal, you'll begin to see the beauty in connection and vulnerability. With every person who earns your trust, you will realize that not everyone will hurt you. At the same time, you'll start to realize that healing from trust issues isn't just about opening up to others. It's also about trusting yourself again. You have to trust your own ability to make good choices, set boundaries, and protect yourself. Trusting yourself is the foundation upon which all other trust is built. When you believe in your own judgment and capacity for resilience, you can approach relationships with a clearer, more confident perspective. In conclusion, healing from trust issues is possible, and it begins with understanding that your fear is not a permanent part of who you are. By acknowledging the root causes of your distrust, processing past pain, and practicing vulnerability, you can rebuild trust and open yourself to deeper, more meaningful relationships. Remember, healing takes time. It's okay to take small steps and move at your own pace. The more you trust yourself and others, the more you'll find that the fear that once controlled you will begin to fade. Trust is a gift you give not only to others, but to yourself. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on healing and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and take care as you continue on your journey toward deeper connections and trust.